Hey everybody, it's Janine here to give you instructions for your adult craft for June 22nd. This week we are doing the painted wood sconce, and I'm going to go through all the stuff that's in your bag really quickly and then give you some instructions about how I did my craft. But as always, you do you and do your craft how you want to do it and make it yours. So in your bag, there's obviously the big blank wood piece. Ignore my drawing on it. The blank wood piece, and then there's a hook, a hanger. There should be 2 small screws, and then there's a hanger that goes on the back. And you'll have one of 2 hangers. It'll either be a sawtooth hanger that looks like this, or it will be a round hanger like this that kind of looks like a pop tab. And either one will work just fine. Once again, if you're missing that, please let me know and I will get it replaced. Then you'll have the jar ring and flat, and it already has 2 hangers made from jute rope pre-attached to it, so that will come important later. And then you should have 2 pieces of jute rope in your bag. One is a shorter piece, which I don't have cut right now. But one's a shorter piece, and then one is a long piece. So those are your 2 pieces of rope you have. And then, of course, you have your jar that hopefully came to you in one piece that didn't get broken in the process. And then you have your paint. And you should have 2 colors of paint that hopefully complement each other. For those of you who have multiple people in your family that got the project, you're lucky. You get even more paint to choose from. And then I have my brush that I used, and if you don't have brushes, you can get them here in town at Dollar General or at Office Supply. They have these foam brushes there. All right, so here we go. The first thing I did was painted my wood, and I just used 2 different colors. I had a gray and kind of an off-white, and I was able to mix the gray with the off-white to kind of make multiple gray colors, so I could kind of get a textured look. And then I painted my jar. I painted the wrong size of jar, but I painted my jar, and I just painted it one color. It's kind of the aqua color. And just a note, I would say to set this down on the table or something before you paint it. I had it around my fingers and painted it, and that made it a little bit hard to get it off and lay it down. But that's just a side note. So the first thing you're going to do is get those 2 things painted, wait for them to dry, and then you're going to take your jar lid. You can put your flat on there if you're just going to use it as a decorative jar. If you are going to put stuff in it, obviously you want to leave your flat out. But go ahead and put your lid on your jar. Then take your shorter piece of jute rope, and I need to cut my connector string. So take the shorter piece and string it through both sides of the hooks I had pre-made on the ring. And then you're going to tie it up together. If you want to tie it in a bow, tie it together, however you want to tie it. This is going to be the piece that you're going to use to hang the jar by on the big hook. So, okay, I got a little knot tied on there, and see, that's how you're going to hang it then from your hanger. Then you can take your longer piece and you can use it to decorate around the jar lid. If you want to make a bow like they did in the picture on your instructions, you could do something like that. I took mine and I just wrapped it around, and obviously didn't glue it the whole time, but if you have a hot glue gun at home, this would be a good chance to use your hot glue gun. If not, just tie it on really tightly and that will keep it on also. So I just wrapped mine around a few times and made that my topper. So that's what my unpainted jar looks like. When you're painting your jar, I put this in the instructions too, but if you want to de-stress it a little bit, you can. Wait for it to dry, and then you can take a dry brush or even something like the back end of the brush and scrape part of it off. And especially with these jars, if you scrape like where the words are and that kind of stuff, that will make a really cool pattern. But you can just scrape part of that off and get a little bit of a design going if you want to, or just make more spots, like if you're going to put candles in it, make more spots for the light to come through. So there you go. That's your little tip. Alright, next you're going to attach your hanger and your hook to your wood piece. I would advise attaching the hook on the back first. That'll make it easier to pound into your spot. Now you're also going to need, for this part, you're going to need either a hammer or something to pound your hook in with, and you're going to need a screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, so that's, or a star head, whatever you call it. So you're going to take your hooks, your little hooks, whatever I did with them there, and you'll notice that it has these little teeth on it, and that is going to give you what to put it on the wood with without having to use nails. So I would say find your middle, wherever your middle is at, and then center that in there, and then just pound that in with the hammer. It's really easy. It's part of the reason I got the ones without the nails, so you didn't have to try to hold on to nails. So once you've got that, then decide where you want to put your hanger on the front. If you want to have it down lower, or if you want to have it clear at the top like I do. You could even have it off-centered. If you decide to make some other design on your wood, you could have it off-centered up here at the top. But just remember that's where the weight is going to be on your hanger. So then these screws have a sharp end, so you shouldn't even have to pre-drill a hole. This is really soft wood, and the screws have a sharp end, so you should be able to just screw them right in. You're going to have to use a little bit of your arm power, but you can get right in there. So just put those screws in. And my little side note is, I tried to find the shortest screws I could. If you have shorter screws at home, great. But you do notice that they do possibly stick through just a smidgen. So if you have a file or something, you could file that off. Otherwise, you can just leave it, because by the time you hook it onto the wall, it's not going to make that big of a difference. You could also put a piece of duct tape or something over the top of it if you're worried about that scratching your wall. So there's that other tip. It's the bad part about getting such thin wood. But there you go. So then your hanger is attached, your hook is attached, and you're ready to attach it to the wall. Put your jar on there, and there you go. You get to put some flowers in there. You can put a candle in there, some potpourri, whatever you want to decorate your wall with. So that is all there is to it. So I hope you guys have fun with this craft. And like I said, let me know if you're missing any pieces. I'll see if I can replace it. And have a good time. Next time we'll be doing some Sharpie decorated mugs. So if you have Sharpies at home, make sure you've got those ready to go, or you can go get some on your own. So thanks, have a good time, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.